this became my struggle. Jesus died for me. The least I could do was to live for him. And this is where I entered the stage of my life that I call the ladder climbing stage. And so if we could bring that ladder up. This picture here, you want to click on that and see if it gets bigger? I don't know if we have a bigger version. No, that doesn't help. Well, I wish I had a big... This was actually developed from the monastery at St. Catherine's. It's at the foot of Mount Sinai. And this is called the Ladder of Divine Ascent. And it was the abbot of the day, his name was Johannes Climacticus. And that means John... Oh, please, Lord, don't let me hurt myself. His name means John the Ladder Climber. Let's get it all the way to heaven. That's how high we want it. We're trying to get to Jesus. So I know you can't see very well in this picture, but here you have all these monks climbing this ladder, and Jesus is at the top, waiting for you, like, come on, I think you can, I know you can. And you have all these like little demons trying to pull people off this ladder as they're trying to get up there. Is anyone feeling kind of squirrely? Really? How about you? You're light. I might be able to catch you if you fall.
I got you, Zach. Don't worry.
Or, okay.
Yeah, Graham.
If I break, it's not as bad.
Okay. We won't get sued if you fall off God's heavenly ladder. Okay. Okay, so what's going on is I feel saved. Jesus has saved me. Oh, don't climb up yet. Yeah, come back down. Sorry. You're so zealous. That's so good. So good. Okay, now get ready. So this became my daily struggle for personal sanctification. What does sanctification mean? Wow, very good. Holiness and perfection. So this is where my head's at. Jesus died for me. Now I need to live for Jesus. So that's the least we could do, right? So by my mid-20s, I'd kind of reached my breaking point. I had been doing this ladder climbing thing. I was exhausted and defeated. It was so frustrating because my life was this cycle of ladder climbing and doing all the do's of Christianity and trying to avoid the bigger list of don'ts. And help me out here, and you can climb with each thing that you guys can help participate. What things can we do to help our lives be more holy or sanctified? What are some spiritual disciplines or practices? Pray. There you go, pray. What about Jesus? Church, good, church. Bible, there's another one. Repentance. How about penance? What's penance? Tithing, good. Oh, God, I'm so glad I'm not up there. Fasting, good. Fasting should almost get 2. Huh? No. Meditation, good. Worship. Okay, you can stop a sec. And so, oh, yes. Yes. The blessedness of celibacy and singleness. That should be worth 3 rungs right there, right? And so what happens is we have all these things and practices, and this is what I was talking about last night with Kierkegaard. We have all these like things we do, Christian things we do, and we have these even bigger lists probably of don'ts. And so, how high are you? You're getting so high. Oh, you're almost to the top.
I took all 3.
Okay. Okay, go another one will represent the do's, and then we'll have you do one last one for the don'ts, even though the don'ts would be this ladder again. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't chew, don't date women who do, that whole little mantra. And so, The problem is, okay, and now this is the tricky part, Graham, because now I need you to fall off the ladder. You can simulate it. Just pretend he's falling, so come fall down at my feet. And so no matter how high I would climb on this ladder of spiritual discipline or sanctification.
Are you going to jump?
No, you just lay down here. Just pretend he's climbed so high, but now he's fallen. He did one of his don'ts, or he didn't do one of his do's, and now he's fallen and he can't get up. And then the evil one is right here, and it says, and you call yourself a Christian. Jesus died for you, and you think those naughty thoughts in your head, or you were so mean to that person who couldn't say Philippians today. What is the matter with you? And so then, okay, that's good. Thank you so much, Graham. And so then at that point, I would tell the devil, okay, devil, I got it from here. And then I would be like, yeah, Fred, that was so gross. Jesus died for me. But if people really could see inside my head or know what I was thinking or my sick, perverse thoughts or how I really felt about them or other people, they would run me out of town on a rail. I would be tarred and feathered. They'd put my head in a guillotine. And so I would commence to beat myself up. I would flagellate myself. Does anyone know what flagellation is? Not flatulation, flagellation. Flagellation is where you beat your body, you buffet your body. If any of you saw the Da Vinci Code, which I'm sure you didn't, but remember that albino monk who had a calice, like that metal thing with spikes in it, so when he flexed his thigh, whenever he thought an impure thought, he could just flex his thigh and be like, oh, the lust has gone away. And so you can have all these different practices and techniques to help you try to do your do's and not do your don'ts. So after I never physically beat myself up, but I became a master at psychological flagellation. I would tell myself what a horrible sinner I was. I would just walk around saying, Kyrie eleison, which was, Lord have mercy, forgive me, a miserable sinner. And it's like the monk's prayer. It's just like, God have mercy, Lord have mercy, God have mercy. Even to this day, I can't help it. I'll just be walking, minding my own business, having a normal day, and this horrific thought will come into my head, and I'll just be, God have mercy, Lord have mercy. And it's just so disconcerting because I do love Jesus. I know I love Jesus. He means everything to me, and yet I can't even go a single day without falling off the stupid ladder. And then I feel so bad. And then I got the devil there making me feel even worse. But I'm much better at making myself feel bad than the devil because I know myself better than the devil. And the way I viewed it for years, it was I was being contrite. I was really repentant. I had lots of Christian friends that they would fall off the ladder. I don't even know if they were on a ladder. And they would just be like, oh, Jesus, forgive me, I messed up. And they'd be off on their way like nothing had even happened. And that would make me crazy. I'd be like, you don't even care about your sin, do you? And they'd like, yeah, but Jesus forgave me. I'm just like, yeah, but you're supposed to beat yourself up a little, aren't you? Or let Jesus know you're really sorry. And so that was my pattern for years and years. I would climb and climb. And the thing is, the higher you climb, the more painful it's going to be when you fall. And it just became this pattern of manipulation, shame, and guilt. And I would fall. I would beat myself up. And the way it would affect me is like I'd maybe still go to church, but I couldn't sing the hymns because I didn't want to be a hypocrite, or I couldn't take communion, or I certainly couldn't witness to others, or I certainly couldn't exhort someone else because I had sin in my own life. How can I challenge you if you have sin in your life? And then when I felt like I was doing better, I'd start climbing, and it'd be like, I think I can, and then wham, and then crawling, climbing, falling, crawling, climbing. And you can take the ladder now, but thank you. This became the pattern of my life.